everyone, this is Sunette here in this video to share with you an interesting moment that I had recently faced. And this was within and during a moment of watching a mother and her child play hide and go seek. And I was observing this interplay between the mother and the child, and for a moment placing myself in the position of both. In other words, imagining myself as the mother, playing that hide and go seek with my child, and the fun and the enjoyment and the experience within that, especially the moment where you kind of have to hide away and then sneak up on them and, surprise them, and just the expression in that moment coming from the child as well. And then placing myself in the shoes of the child, remembering when I was a child and just, the thrill, the excitement and the enjoyment of that moment of, for a while, not knowing where the other person is, and then suddenly they appear unexpectedly. And so in that moment, there was a lot of laughter and fun, thrill, excitement, enjoyment. And then again, I took a breath and took a step back and had a look at, these types and kinds of simple moments, in life as children. Where in my life right now do I enjoy and have that thrill, the excitement, the fun, and the laughter in something so simple? And even more so, the child could have continued with that same game the entire morning. But also within this, what opened up for me was having a look at how we as adults play hide and go seek with ourselves. And, because as children, hide and go seek is more a game, with yourself, your friends, or your parents. And I wondered, as adults, we don't play that game anymore, with ourselves, with our adult friends, maybe in different ways, but, we don't play it in that pure, innocent way anymore. But instead, I've actually found that within myself, and having a look at the process that I've walked from consciousness to awareness, through understanding how my thoughts, my emotional reactions, my personalities and behavioral patterns influence and affect me, that in a way, from growing up, into my teenage years, early adulthood years to this day, I found that similarity exists where there are so many parts of myself that I have journeyed through these past years since I've started walking my process from consciousness to self-awareness to more self-aware living, where I've noticed that those parts of myself, certain thought patterns, reaction patterns, personalities, and behavioral patterns, actually suppressed and diminished, limited the better of me, the best of me, my potential. So I looked at how interesting it is in how you can also observe your process that you walk in, understanding how your mind works, how your thoughts, reactions, personalities, and behavioral patterns work. You can in a way approach it in having a look at asking yourself, okay, with what part of myself, what better, best potential version of me am I playing hide and go seek? Where, these thoughts and reactions, personalities and behaviors are kind of remaining in the forefront, of my who I am in thought, word, and deed. And the best, better potential version of myself is hiding somewhere, somehow within me that I have to go and find. Which, also, if you have a look at generally how life is approached, we tend to search and seek and try and find ourselves out there, through others or other means and adventures and experiences and things that we do, instead of realizing that that whole process actually exists within us. And this is at the very heart or core of the process that we're walking in understanding our thoughts, emotions, personalities, behaviors. It is to, within that process of understanding, also search and seek and find, in a way, what better, best, or potential version of ourselves can come through if we actually walk a process of change. For example, one of the, giving you an example of what I walked in my life was self-judgment, taking me into quite an experience of being self-conscious, shy, introverted, and within all of that, there's obviously many thoughts involved, emotional experience, behavioral patterns, personality designs. And as I started walking through those patterns, those programs existent within me, I started discovering potentials within me of, for example, being more expressive, open, confident, comfortable, being able to stand in front of a lot of people and direct a situation. Not only that, but in the process I walked, I, for example, realized that I'm actually, exceptionally well at conflict management. Whereas in the past, I didn't even get near any conflict, because of being so introverted and shy. It's the outflow consequence of being so self-conscious and self-judgmental that I'd never even faced a moment of having to take responsibility for conflict. And so as my process, progressed, I more and more in my relationships with people, with groups, became exposed to conflict. And fascinatingly enough, I handled that exceptionally well. So there's also these little gifts, these surprises that's going to come through from within you as you start walking that process of, stopping that game that we tend to play with ourselves of hide and go seek, in searching and finding, that best, better potential version of ourselves that is actually really, in fact, within us. But it's not so much a seeking or a searching that's happening. It's more a discovery, I would say. So here also with a moment that I had experienced, a little something that everyone can take with you in your process and journey ahead through discovering and uncovering, that of yourself that is existent within you, and not playing hide and go seek with yourself anymore. Walk through those things inside of you that is compromising you, is limiting you, is diminishing you, disempowering you, making you feel helpless and hopeless. It is existing within you, and so therefore you have the ability and the responsibility to change it and transform it. And as a child again, you rebirth yourself. You discover and uncover so much of yourself that's always been existing within you, but you've just never found it, because you've not actually really effectively played this game within you. So join in with yourself, play this game, have fun, and go find yourself and live that of you that is the best version of you. All right, everyone. Thank you very much.